enemy. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he goes me. He gets caught real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, lots of blood and gold. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel it worth their blood in. You start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So
Elon Musk, hailed for changing the way we drive, celebrated for sending rockets toward the stars. Now the world's richest man is using his power to do something unthinkable. He's slashing funding for life-saving medicine and science, shutting down cancer and Alzheimer's research, solutions for childhood diseases. He's killing projects that save lives, and maybe killing the hopes of someone you love. Families praying for a cure, mothers and fathers holding their breath for a miracle. American doctors and projects aren't just trying to turn a profit. They're working to save lives, working for every American, but not anymore. Elon's killing their life-saving research, and he brags about it, publicly, proudly. It's heartless. It's wrong. The losses won't be numbers on a spreadsheet, but mothers, daughters, fathers, sons, death, fear, and pain. Elon Musk wanted to be the man who saved space exploration. Instead, he'll be remembered as the man who saved cancer.
Damn.
Saved cancer.
Man. Oh, God, I love their ads. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Voice of Reason. Mike is back, and we have a lot to talk about. Holy shit. So, let's recap. Okay, so since the election, the Republicans, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, have all decided to show the world who they really were. And they thought...
Assholes.
Right. They thought that everybody on the planet was just going to go along with their plan, whatever ridiculous ideas that Trump's had, putting tariffs on top of tariffs. But anyway, stock market is crashing. Elon Musk, the prices of his cars are dropping. He can't get rid of them.
The prices of his companies are dropping.
Yep. Tesla stock, all the money he made from the boost of Trump winning the election has been completely erased, along with trillions of dollars in stock market value. A lot of people are watching their retirement funds disappear in the matter of days, thanks to Donald Trump. Fox News would have you think that it's Joe Biden's fault, because they're still blaming this is Biden's economy. It's the whole Joe Biden's fault.
I don't know, because the economy was pretty amazing. I actually saw Tommy Tuberville, who I don't know if it's him or Louis Gohmert. There's a couple of really dumb Republicans. Tommy Tuberville is one of the dumbest humans that has ever slurmed out of the muck. He actually tried to form an argument that the Biden economy was too good. The stock market was hyperinflated, and this is a good thing.
Right, they're getting rid of the globalist agenda is what I've heard, whatever the fuck that means. But yeah, they're somehow trying to convince the American public that even though Joe Biden had 47, I think, out of 48 straight months of job growth, as well as we were actually, our economy was the envy of the world post-COVID. Okay, so I don't want to hear any about this shit about Joe Biden was bad. Joe Biden was cleaning up after Donald Trump's first term. That's why the economy was so bad to begin with, but he managed to turn it around. And not even 2 months later, after Donald Trump is sworn in, actually, it hasn't even been 2 months. We're looking at a recession, possibly another Great Depression.
And here's the thing. This is not all like speculation. We're talking major economists, major outlets that look at these things. Financial organizations are like, hold the fuck on. Yeah. It's not good. But it's so great. Go buy a Tesla.
Right. And I heard today Donald Trump's like, we're going to call him the boy who cried tariff. Because every time he gets pissed off, he's like, tariff. Tariff. I'm going to put a tariff on top of the tariff. Because
tariff the tariff.
Right?
The tariffs.
He's using the problems are the tariff. So he's using the problem to solve the problem.
That's clever. This way you don't waste money on a solution. You just have the problem.
Very efficient. All right, but before we get into any more of this, we do have a guest today. We're returning back to the show to bring some levity to the situation. Is comedian James Russell. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Dude, every time I hear that banger of an opener, though, just every time I just want to go.
I know, right? I don't know why. It just gets me hyped up, too.
I love how it had that, like, really, like, up, and then you have this, like, by the way, cancer is killing Americans. It was like that Dana Mug or Dana Carvey thing where it's like, coming up next on Seventh Heaven, will the child survive the surgery? Followed by the Diet Mug Dana Carvey root beer show. Transition.
I mean, I get excited for tariffs, so that's what I'm riding right now.
Yeah, that's where we rave. That's where it goes.
So this week has not been, I mean, you can tell, we're going to show you some videos. These guys are clearly panicking because their plan is not working. One, Elon Musk is getting hammered in courts because of his illegal campaign to find fraud, waste, and abuse.
Federal
within
judge
the
just
government.
Ruled, you need to start showing us some receipts, bud. And they specifically use the language like weird stuff.
Right.
Like, we don't even know what's going on.
Right. Doge website was hacked. We remember that. Now, apparently, Twitter was also hacked. Of course.
Security by Ukraine.
I bet TikTok hacked Twitter because Elon Musk is so delicate that he has to have his kid as a bullet shield. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's insane. So we have a lot of things to talk about. One, we want to talk about real quick, just some insane shit that Elon Musk is trying to encourage Donald Trump to do, which is pull out of NATO. And as far as I know, so far this could actually happen because so far the U.S. has canceled all joint military exercises with Europe beyond the year of 2025.
And Europe is just like, oh, thank God, we thought we were going to have to ask them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're glad for this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is less awkward.
Ooh, what a relief. Yeah.
NATO, not being part of NATO exposes us in a way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That we've probably never been exposed, probably not since before 9/11. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, people need to understand what NATO is, okay?
Please,
and our place in it. What people do not understand is that NATO was basically created to stop Soviet aggression. As the Soviet Union was falling, there were little countries that were like, we don't want to be part of this chaos. And Russia was like, but we like vodka and you drink vodka. So what happened is we formed NATO as a wall to protect against encroaching Soviet, or at least that point, Russian influence and domination, meaning war. That's how the Cold War, there you go, started. People seem to forget about that one. There's no pictures of dead bodies. But, and then if you look at the little map on the left, there's a reason Canada and the U.S. are part of it, because we need to be on the other side of Russia. If people don't understand, we live on a globe. So we make sure Russia cannot spread to anywhere, because no country should spread, because imperialism is shit. So that's another reason that NATO was created, to stop Russia from just empiring its way across Europe.
I feel like a lot of people gloss over the fact that Russia was in Germany up until like the 80s. They didn't leave after they, took their half of Germany. There was the East and West Germany. There was even the East and West Berlin. And it was, I think, was it Ronald Reagan was the one that finally got him to tear down the border?
Tear down this wall. Yeah,
exactly. I remember that. And it was a huge deal because it got Russia out of Europe. Which was, because they didn't want to leave. They never intended on leaving, but they eventually threw out, pressure from people like places like NATO.
Now the U.S. is telling Ukraine, just let Russia have what it took. Stop being such a bitch.
Right?
Or give them 50% of your minerals. Like, that seems like a good trade.
You're literally shaking down a country fighting to survive its democracy, let alone its people's lives.
Yeah, and it's not even the first time Trump's done it. He did it the first time around with investigate Joe Biden shit. Or
impeachment. We covered. That's funny you say that. We covered that a week or so ago, where it was like people seem to forget what's happening now is exactly the same thing that he was impeached for. And when they were like, no, Russia, it's fake. Guess what?
Yeah.
It wasn't fake.
Every time Zelensky gets a call from Trump, he's just like, oh, fuck this again. Shit. All right.
Marco Rubio.
Let me get my suit out. because I got to make sure Donald Trump isn't upset that I don't wear a suit.
Well, Marco Rubio, because this was part of the State Department release. Remember when they had the $400 million in armored Teslas? Yeah. Apparently, because that was originally under Biden. Total grift. Right. Well, apparently under Biden, though, it was only like 400,000.
Yeah.
And then that now all of a sudden.
It's like one Cybertruck for 400,000.
Right. Now all of a sudden.
It was like the door of the Cybertruck.
Yeah, it was like, we're going to get one to prototype it.
Yeah, exactly. The GOP leaders are not happy with Elon Musk because he's setting them up for failure by illegally destroying government departments that require Congress's approval.
Yeah. Elon Musk is going to get it from both ends, which, look, if he likes that, I'm not judging. That's fine. But I don't think this one is going to be a good time because Republicans or American businesses are going to turn on Elon Musk and Donald Trump when they lose more of their fortunes. When I say more of, because a lot of them have lost half of their fortunes to date. And again, we have the numbers. We'll show it later. So the other half of this is the whole Elon Musk, we've covered this, believes he's part of some grand scheme. He has this destiny to fill, this technocratic bullshit. And he believes the best way to do that, because anyone that is that insane would understand that fascism is the best means of controlling a population. So if you just, kill all the free will and all the free speech for a little bit, you'll understand when we go to the singularity, it was well worth the suffering. And what I mean by that is you got to look what Elon Musk is doing. He is trying to pull us into Putin's pocket. We're already there, but he's trying to put us there, like sitting next to him on a council of evil. Because again, we've covered before, this isn't new. In 1987, during the Cold War, Trump ran $130,000 of full-page ads attacking NATO. He did that right after returning from his first trip to Moscow. Trump's trip to Moscow in 1987 was organized by the KGB's travel agency in Tourist. So, that's not made up. That's a thing. How about this? Donald Trump lands in Red Square. The Soviets want him to build two luxury hotels. Why? Money laundering. If you build hotels there, they can all funnel it in, and it comes here, and it comes out as profit for Donald, and then they could just cycle in money. But wait, what's the real goal? Remember? What did Russia say? They're going to help. They're going to make America fall without raising a single weapon, without firing a single bullet. Well, the Dow has sunk nearly 800 points. NASDAQ shed 4% after Trump refuses to rule out recession. They are destroying the economy on purpose, not only through negligence, but on purpose. And this is a great graphic, other than that blob that I couldn't scrape that blob off the screen when I. So if you look at this, this is the length of his first term and how the economy did and how quickly it is headed towards a depression barely 50 days into his second term. Think about that.
That's a cliff.
Think about that.
Jesus Christ.
So either he's so incompetent he needs to be arrested for being a stupid person, or he's helping destroy this country for some other gain, or the P-tapes that he can't say no to.
He just threatened Canada with 100% tariffs on automobiles. I'm like, you dumb fuck.
Even the press corps, well, I hate to call it the press corps, but even the press corps in the White House at these briefings is starting to push back. At one point,
and it's all right-wingers now. That's all that's left.
And they're pushing back. Ducey, who's the biggest Fox stooge there is, was like, I mean, you're kind of destroying the economy here. I forget who else it was. They were in the back and they were yelling and they're like, what is a tariff? I have paid tariffs before. Foreign countries pay tariffs. What are you doing about this? And, Podium Barbie was like, you're mean to Elon Musk.
What kills me about Donald Trump is this is his only plan. Yeah. Tariffs is it. He has no other ideas. We talked about this before he got into office. This is a great idea was tariffs. That's literally it. And I hate to break it to MAGA, but if the budget that the GOP just proposed goes through, you're still going to pay tax on tips. You're still going to pay tax on overtime. You're not going to pay tax on Social Security because Social Security is probably going to go away because Elon Musk called it the biggest Ponzi scheme ever.
The beauty of it, the beauty of it is how clearly of a lie that is. Because I know most MAGA doesn't understand how anything works, but a Ponzi scheme means you give people money and they keep pushing that money up to someone who takes the money.
Right.
Social Security and all the other things that are called entitlements, which is not a bad word, but they managed to wokeify entitlement a long time ago. Yeah. Entitlement is because we are entitled to them because we pay into them. Social Security is one of the best systems ever devised on the planet because we all put our money in and we get it back. Guess what? That's socialism. That's why they want to get rid of it. Because they want to privatize our future, our retirement, which won't exist because we'll be working until we're 150 years old. They'll make us live forever and put us locked into a room.
Yeah, the crashing of the economy serves two purposes because all these market things with the tariff on, tariff off shit, like he's flipping a switch. It's all a big pump and dump scheme.
Yep,
it is.
So he's leaking it to his folks. Like, okay, we're gonna do tariffs today. I'll say it. Make sure you make your buyings. Okay, Marco, you got your buyings. Okay, Sean, did you get Sean? I told you to get your buyings. And then and then he says, okay, now we're selling. Everybody sell. I'm not going to do the tariffs.
Yep.
And then, boom, that's what happens.
We're talking, he's oscillating by like 12-hour shifts, tariffs on, tariffs off. It's like starting to coincide with the market opening and closing.
But that's exactly why he's doing it. And then this is it's all a corrupt grift. It's all about enriching themselves, using our taxpayer monies to fluff up Elon Musk's cyber Swasticar penis, and then give him all this money. While the people that are the MAGA folks who depend heavily on taxpayer dollars for disaster relief, Social Security, welfare, state funds, all this shit that Medicaid, our blue states give to them, Medicaid, Medicare, they're going to be shit out of luck. And they're now losing their jobs. And dig this, there was an article that I was reading that this one person was a federal employee, lost their job, was a Trump vote, still is probably because Kool-Aid, and went back home. And now his own family are making fun of him for losing his job. Put salt in the fucking wounds. Like, how much more of a shit situation could you be in where, like, your drunk cousin Randy at the dinner table is like, you lost your fucking job.
I bet you're happy about that vote, aren't you now, buddy?
And this is what MAGA is waking up to.
Yep.
At least cousin Randy has a job at a head shop.
Right. Hey, F around and find out, right? All right, so let me play a video. This is how it all started. This was, I think, the beginning of the end of Elon Musk, because I think what's going to happen, this is just my personal opinion, based on Donald Trump's history, is eventually Donald Trump is going to blame everything that Doge has done on Elon Musk, take no credit for it whatsoever, and throw Elon Musk under the bus.
Well, that's why every time that he's on record or on camera, he's like, oh, Elon's in charge. And every time it's anyone else, they're like, Elon's not in charge.
Now, don't forget, Donald Trump's lawyers, the DOJ, now said they're Donald Trump's lawyers, said in court under penalty of perjury that Elon Musk is not in charge of Doge. We have a video here coming up that claims otherwise, according to Donald Trump. But let me show you how it all started, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
Okay, so that's where it all started. That's where Elon decided to show his whole ass to the world. I remember that moment, dude. My heart sank. I'm like...
And guess what happened?
Yep. That's what you get, man. That's what you get. Now, I mean, he's still worth billions of dollars, but I don't think this is exactly how they thought the plan was going to go.
This is the beauty of it. He might be worth billions. Tesla is going to look to get rid of him or figure something out, because that bump when Donald Trump took office, where you can see there in the middle of that graphic, Trump wins U.S. election. Boom! Look at all that money. And not even 50 days later, it's all gone. Plus some.
Right. It's got to continue to fall.
That number down.
Now, the trick that everyone's going to tell you, all these scumbag capitalist monsters are going to tell you, well, the market has fluctuations and it's all about knowing when to. And as James said, that's the game. What people need to understand is the stock market is a grift. The concept of the stock market is a grift. Right. You might make a little bit here and there, but you are not going to make billions and hundreds of millions of dollars unless you have that money that you can play with to start. You put it in, it goes up, you make money. It goes down, but then you buy when it's low somewhere else.
Yeah,
and you make
see,
money.
like
I pulled all my stocks. I pulled all my stocks because I don't know what the hell is going. I'm just going to have that money sit, and once shit figures out, go back
that's actually probably the smartest thing to do. But see, what do you like most people don't give a shit about the stock, but like people like me, Okay, I did made some mistakes in my life. I don't have a 401k. I don't have retirement savings or anything like that. So honestly, I could give a shit.
This Social Security thing matters a lot to you, though.
Yeah. So honestly, at this point, I'm laughing watching these people lose all their money. I don't care. I said this is going to be the year that the billionaires get what they deserve, and this is exactly what they deserve. They deserve to lose all this money.
I'm going to read this comment because people don't understand. Tesla also, aside from this, Tesla does not make money selling cars. They actually make money selling carbon credits, by the way.
Yep.
So his massive loans are tied to the value of Tesla stock he borrowed against. Mm-hmm. There is a number that if the stock value drops to, he will then default on his loans. So the whole point is what these crooks do is they bet on their own stock to increase, and you fuck around with other things. And if you're in charge of where all the government contracts go, you pump all that into your company, your stock goes up. But
it's like a plot from Succession.
It is. And again, the whole point about the carbon credits, like people need to research this because they don't understand. The carbon credits are just another way for capitalists to give themselves awards at eco-friendly banquets once a year.
Oh, did you guys read about the Canadian dealerships that apparently sold it was over thousands of cars in just a matter of one weekend, which is impossible. I used to be in the car business. The amount of cars they sold, it was like one every other second. Or every other minute. It was insane.
I don't get it. How did that happen? Like so many people wanted cars or what?
No. It was a complete scam. They wanted the carbon credits before Canada cut them off.
So the whole point is Tesla, since they're a green company and they do not produce, except for maybe their manufacturing to some point, but in general, they don't produce carbon emissions. They could sell those credits to other companies that blow over their cap.
Right.
So they make their main profit by selling. Oh yeah, carbon.
It's such a scam, bro.
Look it up. Tesla makes most of their profit not from selling cars because they don't sell enough cars. They make money by selling their carbon credits to other companies that pollute.
That doesn't make any sense because that company that's polluting is still polluting.
Right. I saw a video
it allows billionaires to be like, you did good. Yes, you did.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. This country is
look up. I know. Right. Yeah. That's what I said earlier. We are just so cooked.
There you go.
We are so cooked. Oh, I saw a video today that actually was a good point.
My buddy Ed, by the way, he's insanely smart. So well-researched comments.
So Elon, I watched a video where because the Tesla's resale values are horrendous. Like people are losing like 75-80%.
Yeah, because they turn them back into fucking embers. There's nothing left in the car.
Somebody made a video.
The Cybertruck or the Reichswagen is literally more unsafe than the Ford Pinto. Throw that out
most recalled truck of 2025, maybe the most recalled vehicle of 2020 or 2024. I mean, so yeah, it's bad. It's really bad, and it's not going to get better for him because
I want to build on this comment that Brina is saying. This is where it's going to become very interesting. We're going to see billionaire on billionaire violence, and I can't wait because what's going to happen is Musk is getting all this insider access, and he's enriching himself, and he's getting his own government contracts. So all these other people, folks that you don't necessarily want to mess with, like Lockheed Martin, right? These military contractors, these folks, he's going to get on their bad side because he's going to start being in on their competition. So at some point, the billionaire class, I don't think they're solid right now. They're having solidarity more so than the working class.
They will break,
and they will. Yeah, they're going to have to fight each other. And I want the Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos just triplet.
So, what happened is Musk's money it's a flash in the pan. It's very catchy. It's sexy, and he made so much money so quick. The old multi-billionaires that have been doing this generationally do not like catastrophic shit.
Yeah, like Warren Buffett.
They will correct it. And I'd like to point out that Demolition Man, yet again, was a little prophetic because the corporate wars are coming. We're all going to go to Taco Bell and figure out how to use the 3 seashells.
Well, same thing with Fight Club, where they're naming the Milky Way galaxy, the Saturn Skittle Range, or whatever it was. It's the same shit.
All right, so let me play another video, and then we'll get into some more stuff that Elon did. So this was when Elon Musk decided to grab a chainsaw and go on stage with whatever this dipshit's name is from South America, but the chainsaw of bureaucracy.
Javier Milei, president of Argentina.
I just love the part. He's just so he's not good in public. Elon Musk should not be doing interviews, making public appearances. He should have stayed in the shadows because when you bring him out, he does shit like this.
This is the chainsaw for democracy.
Chainsaw.
You know how you used to see like kids and they would play like that, like they'd have a stick. I've got a chainsaw. Yeah, he's doing that as an adult, grown-ass man with like half the world population being
Look,
children.
if you want to go LARPing, if you want to do all that,
It's
I'm
LARPing,
all for
yeah.
it. Like honestly, I'm not even being facetious. Go
No,
LARP.
please.
LARPing's cool. It's not for me. I can't do it. But LARP. But like, guy, like, this is someone who, without any authority, is firing thousands of Americans and enriching himself through fraud. He's swinging chainsaws. I know it's not on. Okay, MAGA, I understand, because when I mentioned it, I was told, well, it wasn't on.
Yeah.
Which makes it even sadder.
Actually, it wasn't on.
Actually, in episode 4, scene 7, the chainsaw was on. And then scene 4, it was not on.
That's right, because you can clearly see in the behind-the-scenes footage they removed the trigger, so he couldn't yank the, what do you call it? What do you call the cord thingy? The fancy rope cord? He couldn't pull it. Couldn't pull it. It was not going to be on. It was not going to be on.
So we want to. All right. So
this
we
does not refer to James, by the way. This comment was meant for Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was me. Shit. You're in on me.
So, all right. Well, Mike and I were covering when Elon Musk first got involved in this whole political scene. We realized there was a moment that Elon Musk had no clue what the fuck he was talking about. And here was him campaigning for Donald Trump, trying to explain how the economy works and all this stuff, inflation and whatnot.
He doesn't even get a single word right.
Right? It's so bad. And people are like, yeah, smartest man on the planet.
He has more.
And the reality is
Sorry,
that
Mike.
all government spending is taxation. So people think, well, there's government spending and taxation are somehow separate, but they're not. All government spending is taxation because the deficit is what results in inflation. And inflation is a de facto tax because it causes all prices to rise and makes people trying to just live their lives have a lot of difficulty. But inflation throughout history has been used as a pernicious tax. Because it's like it's 1 degree removed, so people don't feel it directly. They sort of, and then the politicians will try to blame it on something else. But it's all about government spending. Government spending is what drives inflation. So
I wish I had that Billy Madison scene where he's like, today, Junior.
That is absolutely the dude that is doing the science project presentation and did not do the work. Holy shit.
As you can see, the science we've done is quite scientific. We've managed to science with some science.
Mike and I were joking before the show that Elon Musk just asks his Grok AI every time he needs to do a presentation. He's like, hey, I have to talk about the economy. What can I say? And Grok's like, here, dipshit.
Meanwhile, his own AI flagged him as a possible threat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is the dude that wants to put brain chips in other people. Like,
bro, his own AI, Grok, the newest version, said there's an 85% chance that Donald Trump is a Russian asset.
But look,
that's coming from Elon Musk's own AI, okay?
We can make fun of Elon all day, and I could, but we should get to the point. The point is that the world is revolting against a revolting individual, Elon Musk, okay? And they do that by boycotting. And this is why Donald Trump is doing car commercials on the front lawn. Musk's involvement in politics could be the could be the downfall of Tesla. From vandalism to arson to nationwide protest, the automaker has suffered from the reputation of CEO Elon Musk. This was March 7th, a couple of days ago. The Musk Nazi Tesla Association, which sounds like a real organization, by the way. It's in today's world, is starting to stick. Cybertrucks have earned the epithet Wank Panzer, which is an allusion to the Third Reich. Not long ago, a Cybertruck driver found that someone had plastered a bumper sticker on the vehicle that showed Musk superimposed on a swastika, making his straight arm salute. The caption, "I suck, Nazi." A UK group created an advertisement that also used this image of Musk, calling Tesla the Swasticar, and noticing that it goes, and this is just sexually gratifying.
Oh my god!
Goes from 0 to 1939 in 3 seconds. Like that's just the greatest thing that's ever been written.
Oh, that's what outlet is? That's not an American outlet, then. That's
no,
foreign
it's
outlet.
not.
Who wrote that?
That is so funny.
That's amazing.
Again, you can make fun of them all you want. The numbers are what matter. Tesla sales fall off a cliff globally, including Germany, Austria, and China.
Good.
Huge markets for e-vehicles. Huge markets that could probably produce their own, China, and then supply their own. Mm-hmm. So Tesla sales in Germany plunged by 59.5% in January. Damn. And 76.3% in February. Now, let's point this out. If it fell 59.5% in January, that was basically half a month. That was when Donald Trump took office and gave Elon power. So in January, in a couple of weeks, it lost over half its half of its sales.
Good.
In Australia, the EV makers' deliveries dropped 65.5% in the first 2 months of 2025. And sales in China fell 49.16%. It's safe to say that Tesla's global growth trajectory has hit some roadblocks. While the company remains a leader in the electric vehicle space, its once unassailable dominance in key markets is showing signs of distress. Whether it's product fatigue, no. The controversial nature of its CEO, yes. Market saturation, no. Or just bad timing, he's a Nazi. Especially with the transition surrounding its best-selling vehicle, the Model Y. Point being...
You can tell that's an American outlet that wrote that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to gloss over. It can't be that people are just concerned about the guy.
We don't have him over in the United States because for whatever reason, but China makes amazing electric cars at like half the cost. I mean, you could buy an EV car fully loaded and nice in China for like 30 grand.
Look, I know what we're about to do here is going to put us on the we're on a list now because we're saying something nice about China. Okay, I'm not talking about its human rights violations. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm going to point out just that from technology-wise, recently they replaced an entire freaking road with drones. Why aren't we doing that? Like, not just flying drones, like they have drones that are construction equipment.
Right. Well, China is doing that. We're cutting the Department of Education.
Yes.
That's
so it makes total sense.
Well, it makes sense because since we're not going to have enough engineers here, sorry, MAGA, your little kid is not going to grow up to be an engineer because Donald Trump is selling visas to come here and selling passports and saying that we're going to import these engineers.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing that with also all the boycotts, it's one of the best things you can do is Tesla takedown. Search that. You can become a part of these boycotts. They're extremely productive. They're one of the best uses of your time. I was just talking about them on the live stream. And yeah, there's all these other things that are happening to these cars, arson, vandalism. And it's like, well, when you have a car and a company that is bringing back an ideology that our ancestors, that our grandparents died to prevent spreading here in the U.S., I don't have a lot of sympathy for it.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, all right, real quick before we go into the second half of the show, I just want to take a quick moment to thank everybody for all your support. Mike and I very much appreciate it. We've really been enjoying ourselves doing all this. And yeah, thanks for your donations as well, because I saw that pop up on the screen. We rely on your donations to keep going, and we're trying to continue this adventure of ours. We want to do more on location stuff. We want to get better equipment. So if you do want to help us out and you do want to donate, there is a GoFundMe link in the description of this video. But again, wanted to say, because we can't thank you enough, because you know, you guys watching and your comments and all that stuff, your encouragement is what keeps us going.
And want to say, one of our plans, other than equipment upgrades, which we are very meager at, we're not buying like, you know, nitrogen cooled freaking supercomputers here, right. 10-year-old laptop. We do plan on using whatever we need to for more live protest stuff, because we still think that needs to be shown more. People need to see that they are not alone, that they feel that they are part of something that can actually. Yeah,
there's a multi-day one going on in DC, veterans one that's going on in DC. Matt's awesome. Matt's gonna be there.
Oh, nice.
USMC Angry Veteran, he's gonna be there. Diana Patton from Department of Defense is gonna be there. So yeah, I really wish it was like that's the stuff I wish we could go to, but unfortunately, just not yet. We'll get there.
Yvonne, we are on the human rights watch list now.
Yep.
Yes,
that is what you saw.
Yep, that's what happens when Nazis run the country. You end up on a human rights watch list. Amazing. All right, so let's get into the second half of the show, because I think again that eventually, probably sooner than later, the rate things are going, Elon Musk is going to get the boot. Because remember one thing, Donald Trump, remember, he demands absolute loyalty from everybody at all times, but the man is loyal to absolutely one person, and that's Vladimir Putin. That's honestly the only person I could think of that Donald Trump has never crossed.
Not even himself. He's bought and paid for by Putin. He is Putin's actual little robot.
Puppet. Yep.
So remember, Donald Trump's lawyers in court told a judge, again under penalty of perjury, that Elon Musk is not in charge of Doge. Well, now I'm going to play the video where I think this is the beginning of the end, where he's going to we just put a bus driver hat on old Donald, because, yeah, he just flat out said Elon Musk is in charge of Doge.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
That is not a
Perhaps
department.
you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Oh, God, they had that running.
I know.
Oh, God.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Ew. Oh, God,
He
so
put his
cringe.
on.
Jesus, he's cringe.
He's so awkward.
He's like if Silly Putty were a mannequin.
Can you mush its face in it and the image comes off?
Thank you, Elon.
Yeah,
He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
Democrats
I
should
wanted
have
to play
walked
that for
out.
the laughs.
Goddamn chicken shits.
Yep.
Fuck the Democrats. Absolute cowardice.
I know.
Let Al Green get booted out, and for them to sit there with their little protest signs, fuck you, walk out. How much would that have pissed off Trump? He would have lost his fucking mind. Because that would have been the story, is Democrats leaving, and he would not have had the spotlight anymore.
Matt was right on the last show. He actually said, or we might have talked about it before the show, when they kicked Al Green out, every Democrat should have got up and walked out.
100%.
100% unity, man. I was pissed. I was so pissed. Well, we're going to wear the same color clothes, and we're going to hold up signs that says not true. Yeah. Oh, that's going to fucking fix everything. Like, why are you playing by the rules?
I mean,
you got people over here shredding the rule book.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to say that, like, the silent protest signs, like, yeah, that is important. But when the opposition is escalating to the point of kicking out your members, you need to be there and you need to rush that shit. You need to escalate it in return. And they should have walked out. Otherwise, the signs would have been fine.
Frustrating, isn't it? But that's what we're left with.
Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Schumer need to resign. End of story.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Look, I used to think a little differently about some of them, and I am now at the point where if you aren't pushing the Jasmine Crockett's, the Maxwell Frost, the AOCs, you are not doing anyone any service, except you're hoping that when it all comes crumbling down, some of you would get picked to be in the Golden Tower.
That's the internal politics happening in the party.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
meanwhile, Bernie walked out of the speech, and on the camera, he was like, "I'll do a better speech than that." And he's been filling 10,000 seat stadiums multiple times a day across the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, you brought this up before the show, and this is gonna bite the Republicans in the ass, because now they're not doing town halls anymore because all their constituents are pissed at them. They don't want to deal with it.
And the RNC chair said, "Do not do any in-person town halls. Don't
snowflakes."
Yep. So Mike was saying that now the Dems are doing town halls, and they're doing them near Trump districts. So
they don't have to do it in their own district. They don't have to do it in their own state. You could just have a town hall pretty much anywhere.
Right.
Guess who's going to those? MAGA.
Yeah.
And guess what MAGA is being exposed to? The fucking truth.
Socialism.
For once.
And who are the ones that have been riled up for almost 10 years now? Who are the ones that pride themselves on how many guns they have? Who are the ones that have sold their family farms and sold their 401ks and sold all of it for Trump coins and bullshit? And guess what? The more they wake up, the more they're going to be really, really upset of their congressmen and their senators and their president.
And it's a very crucial thing that they're doing, because once MAGA sees like AOC making coherent points that Fox Fake News can't clip out of context, or Nancy, well, obviously Nancy Pelosi's a bad example, but they had video of her where they slowed it down so it looked like she was drunk. So then when they see these representatives who are like, oh, these are actually normal people making coherent points, it's the same thing as with this transgender there was a transgender bill because, of course, there was, and I think Zoe Zephyr, I think her name is, she flipped 10 Republican votes because they realized once you have these people in the room, it's like, oh yeah, you're actually, I don't even know, I can't even think of you as trans. I just see you as how you are.
To your point, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't think about this until now. Go look at World War II Nazi propaganda. All the Jews were drawn with horns, with big noses, all hunched over, goblin-y.
And they were roaches and shit.
Oh my God, this is even funnier. My wife and I this weekend, when we went away just for our little kind of bring the meter down a little bit, we were talking about the benefit of growing up, for example, in a place like New York or any metropolitan place where you are literally exposed to so many people. As a kid, I went to the city and I could stand in one spot, hear 40 languages from 100 different nationalities just walking by me, and everyone just gets it. And when you are exposed, you have a higher chance of realizing that people are freaking people. It's why when kids go to college, they get more liberal because they read books and meet other people that aren't just their
around the world.
Like, so
amazing, right?
Your point, the propaganda starts to lose its effect when they're so sick and have no support from their own team that they're coming to our team and they're like, oh, they don't have horns. Fuck, we lied to them.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. What's the saying? Everything's a conspiracy when you don't know how anything works. You know what I mean? Like right now, there's a woman. I swear to God, there's a woman right now on TikTok talking about rich people eat fucking mermaids. I am not even joking, bro. I made a video about it. Yeah, they're mermaids are real, and they're catching them, and the rich people are eating them. And apparently they're very good. I'm like, what?
Democrats eating babies?
Yeah. They're making all the mice transgender.
What would you even use for bait for a mermaid?
I don't know, man.
A pirate? Yeah, just pirate. Dangle a little scarecrow.
We were talking about that meat discussion before we started live because it's kind of funny because now I got to tell you, is mermaid it wrong to say I want to try mermaid? Are they human or are they? You eat the fish half, is it okay?
Right. If you eat the bottom half, are you good? But no.
You just got one mermaid with like no lower part, like a World War II veteran or something, like a Civil War, just limping along.
Yeah, Brina.
Sorry,
exactly.
Too dark.
We live in the stupidest timeline ever. That is an absolute truth. Oh, you know what clip I forgot? I wanted to get that clip from Grandma's Boy when he's riding around that Segway like, I am a genius.
I love that movie.
Wait, the part where he's standing against the wall. You can see me. That's how I picture Elon Musk.
God,
he's just standing at the corner of the White House like, you can see me.
Can't see if you don't move.
It was too much. No.
Yvonne, you're welcome. We love you.
Yeah, the mermaid was too much. Yeah, I went a little. I crossed the line on that one.
We did.
I had to test the waters. I had to see what the audience is like. How dark is it tonight, guys?
No, man, I'm telling you.
Test the waters exactly. While we still have fins that aren't being eaten. Yeah.
But it goes back to our episode that we did, Mike and I did about MAGA will believe anything. Like. Think of the dumbest shit you could possibly think of, and I guarantee at least one person in the United States believes it. Like there's a lady right now, I think on TikTok as well, saying that she saw a gnome running in her backyard.
Well, there's the best strategy for conspiracy theorists is just one up them on crazy. So when someone's like, "Bro, did you believe did you know the moon landing was fake?" And just be like, "Or fake," and you just be like, "You believe in the moon?"
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. You even think we're talking right now?
That moon is that liberal propaganda. That moon, that woke. That's woke.
If you look at the science of the moon pulls on the oceans to make waves. So it's obviously pulling on people's gender, and the moon is really what's making people transgender.
That's how it works because it pulls your nuts right off your body, and you just have a vagina. Magic vagina, magic moon vagina. All right, Jeremy.
I can't really come out of my nose. Fuck. Yes. Oh, God.
The moon is transitioning. They're transiting the school kids. It's the moon. Keep them indoors at night.
It's idiotic. All right, so let's get back. We got like 15 minutes left. So going back to the people vandalizing Teslas, there's actually also another trend right now. There's a team of Tesla hunters going around using the back end of Tesla as a projector. Rachel Maddow got a kick out of this, and she did a piece on this.
I wish she could just curse. I want her to drop the curses.
I know. I wish they could just do it, Rachel. Just get it over with. We're dying for it.
Worthwhile at MSNBC.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck that whole network. Otherwise,
I know, right?
Well, Chris Hayes is good too.
Tesla Cybertruck is a perfectly flat, light-colored, sharp-edged rectangle. Basically, it's a projector screen. A new effort that's been taking shape on TikTok this week, in which people are apparently driving around at night looking for Tesla Cybertrucks, and then they project things on the tailgate. Tesla Cybertruck, the most recalled truck in 2024. They are circulating widely on TikTok. Some of them have millions of views already. This one says, no, the price of eggs aren't falling, but the price of... This piece of junk sure is, and then the K falls off the junk. This one says, hey, don't hate me. Musk sold me this S-Box, and the effer stole my social security number. This one says, figures, the guy who made a truck shaped like a coffin gets pleasure out of killing Sudanese children.
Damn. I love how the dude is driving around in a Lamborghini doing this.
I know.
This dude has the money to be in the friggin' Caribbean, and he's harassing Musk.
You know what?
Like that's some Luigi Mangione class solidarity.
Respect.
Billionaires, some millionaires are okay. How about that?
All right, we found some cool millionaires. All right,
let's find some middle ground.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're rich and anti-fascist, you're all right with me. Okay.
The thing is, though, is again. We joke, but let's see what the people who are protesting have to say about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Anyone who doesn't know Elvira, frickin' Queen of the Night, recently sold hers, donated the money to NPR. So that's awesome. Also, one of my favorite stories about Elvira. If anyone knows is into horror movies, especially in the 80s, Elvira was like this horror sex symbol. A lot of kids, a lot of guys were like, ooh, and I'm sure girls too, because, gay people have always existed. And,
the original big titty goth girl.
Yep, there you go. And when she recently came out as gay, so many grown men were like,
I know. I was like,
you're allowed to have a hot chick on your wall, and it doesn't matter what she's into. That's not why she's on your wall, guy. Anyway,
right. So she's lesbian. Wouldn't that make their wet dream hotter?
I don't know. Right? I don't know.
What is wrong with what are men? MAGA men? Are you okay?
They're not.
Are you guys all right? What's going on?
They are not okay. They are definitely not okay.
We got some other good ones, and it's fun. We're getting clever with these. So Tesla funds fascists, of course. Boycott Tesla. F Elon. Clever. Well, felon Donald Trump. All new Tesla Model SS.
I like that one. Yeah.
I love how the guy holding that one. It looks like Arnold. Can you go back to that? He's like, yeah, look here. I know the SS, and I'm going to do something about it. It's fucking Arnold.
I do it. This one's good. We got Muskrat, no cuts. Overthrow the oligarchs. This billionaire is destroying our country. General Nazi stuff. That's good. We have here defund Musk, save our democracy.
Please.
Tesla, Trump, and Elon stealing and looting America. Yes. Putin bought Trump, not us.
Mm-hmm.
Burn a Tesla, save a democracy. Yeah. Defund Musk. I like that one.
Deport Musk. I like that one.
This one is my favorite, by the way.
Yeah, this is definitely cuckoo.
Come on.
But these are those Tesla takedown protests. Like, that's one of the best places you can devote your time if you can.
Oh my God, there's people burning Teslas in states all across the country. We do not condone that. We do not condone that.
I did see, however,
happen to do it. Just send me the video. Just say it.
The Tesla showroom in France was burnt down, and someone's response was, we really need to give the French credit for their ability to protest and burn things down, because the French do not fuck around.
No. They don't.
This is good though. I know we're joking around, but it's honestly because I'm in a good mood, because I love watching these guys get what they deserve. Because Matt was right about one thing. The wrong people in this world have all the money. And I cannot get that out of my head. Ever since Matt, or USMC Angry Veteran on TikTok, ever since he said that last week, I cannot get it out of my head. It just made everything click. Like, you're absolutely right. We have the people that have all the money don't care about other people. They don't care about humanity. They just care about money and power. They're profit over people is what I like to call them. But yeah, all the wrong people have all the money, and the wealth distribution in this country is absolutely insane.
That is very close to seizing the means of production, but that's for another show.
Right. Well, we were talking about earlier how the stock market actually benefits some of these people, but what it's going to do is it's going to end up crushing small businesses, and then these corporations are going to swoop in and end up buying all these dying businesses cheap. You know what I mean?
That's how Walmart became what it is. They went into all the towns and pushed out all the small businesses, took their workers and their business, and went, we have big box store now.
Yep. So, all right, we have 3 videos left. This one, I think, is significant. He doesn't say much, Elon Musk, but just look at him. He looks scared shitless. And he's to the point, and I don't know if this is the ketamine talking, but he even said on Joe Rogan, like, he's afraid of being assassinated, which might explain why he carries around a human shield everywhere he goes.
Yeah, well.
Also known as his son, whatever.
Call to action. You're hearing a call to action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You giving up your other stuff? I mean, how are you running your other businesses?
With great difficulty. Yeah. I mean,
but there's no turning back. You're saying.
Is this how you show up for an interview? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Answer a question.
I'm just here trying to make government more efficient, eliminate waste and fraud, and
waste and fraud.
So far, we're making good progress.
I love it.
I was not convinced. Were you
that
convinced
was a
by
weird. That was a weird response.
That was a very canned response. Like, he just had that typed
dude.
up by Grok. Yeah, he was a weird dude. He's like, Grok, I have an interview later. Give me some answers to some questions.
Science.
Yep.
Science.
Yeah. And all right, so like, Elon Musk has never invented anything. He never even created PayPal. Wasn't that Peter Thiel that created PayPal? And he just
bought his way into it. Yeah.
Right. He threw his money around.
He's a vulture capitalist. He's not an entrepreneur. He's not someone that sees an idea and wants to grow it. He sees something that he might be able to benefit from pumping the stock, and he buys it.
Right. But because of his legacy that he's trying to fill, this technocracy image of himself that he has in his head, he has manufactured his entire image. Carefully, think about it. Elon Musk is known as a tech genius. Okay?
By dorks.
Right, but he's never actually invented anything. So he has used his money to get like PR teams and all this stuff to carefully, even when he bought Tesla, he forced them to put his name as a founder.
Yeah. As
a condition to purchase Tesla. He's not a founder. He didn't invent shit.
The smallest thing. That is such a petty little thing. Ew.
What?
What's petty?
Naming yourself to make yourself a founder when you buy a company.
Oh, I know. Just like the ego. But he's never invented a thing. Okay? He's not a genius. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. It's also the complicity of the American media. We have to realize American media is the enemy. They are. I'm sorry if that sounds too overt, but it's a simple fact. Because look at how many times New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, how many times they laundered this nonsense that Elon is nonpartisan, that he's a genius, because they're all in on it. It's all about access journalism, and they're a bunch of clowns and frauds to begin with. The corporate media is the enemy.
I mean, look, they created the image that Donald Trump was a successful businessman.
And he cashed in on that. That's been his whole persona because of the corporate media.
Right, he was failing before The Apprentice. He was failing. He probably would have been bankrupt and
he
penniless
doesn't
by
have
now.
a business. He's a money. Again, what people don't understand.
We're going to break Mike here in a minute.
He has the money to be a playboy asshole his whole life because he's been a Russian asset that was used as a money laundering tool. He doesn't do anything. Every business he ever fucking created has failed, has been sued into oblivion, and has nothing to show for it. He is a shell corporation in the form of a walking pile of shit.
That's just look at Trump Tower in New York. What is 70% owned by Russians? Some of the apartments aren't even being used. They're just
empty.
Yep.
What's in there? I'm sure. Nope, not going to go there. That's too.
All right.
Nuclear secrets? Is that what you're going to say,
Yes.
Mike?
So Donald Trump,
very young nuclear secrets.
All right. So this is the last video today.
Fresh off the printer. Yeah.
The reason I think these guys are panicking, and Donald Trump is never good at. I mean, he's such an asshole. But all right. So they decided to make a advertisement today for Elon Musk at the White House.
God, yeah.
It's a car commercial.
Donald Trump said, I'm going to buy a Tesla to help the stock prices. Okay, I'm sure the man who does not drive, and I don't even know, and actually in this video, he honestly asks what the pedals are.
He doesn't know.
I don't think he's ever driven a car before in his life.
But keep in mind,
pretending to buy a Tesla.
Just think about who you've seen as the average MAGA. Do you think they have what they need to buy a Tesla?
No.
I don't.
Dude, MAGA's into like diesel trucks and shit. They wouldn't be caught dead in an electric car.
Oh no, we're gonna see a whole bunch of Teslas with truck nuts.
Insufferable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's them pretending to buy a Tesla. This is so humiliating, but it just shows how desperate and how panicked they are.
Hello, President Trump. Are you looking to buy or lease today?
Well, I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product. As good
Your
as
credit sucks, bitch. You can't buy shit.
Energy in his life to doing this. I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot.
You can be penalized for being a Nazi.
He's also done an incredible job with Tesla. And I mean, nobody else has a car company started up in the last 30 years that's been successful. I don't think so. And not only successful, but super successful. And billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraud and waste and all of the things. I mean, our country is going to be very strong very soon because of a lot of the things that he's done and a lot of the things that I'm doing.
Oh, response to John there?
Fluff that good.
John,
Jesus.
No, some of them have mortgaged their houses. I saw a few videos
with the Tesla or the Trump coin. Yeah.
No, yeah, people are actually mortgaging their, like, I saw one video, there was a older couple, the house was paid off, they were retired and everything like that, and apparently the husband went behind her back and mortgaged the house so he could donate to Trump. That shit's crazy. Like, some people are going to lose everything because of this guy. And they still are willing to give him more money. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, that's what Donald Trump is spending his time doing. Well, that... And how much golf has he been playing lately, Mike?
I'll get to that, but you got to show him in the car. You didn't show him in the car.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me show you the video of Donald Trump getting in the car, and he's like, wow, it's all computer. and then you can hear Elon going, that's the brake and that's the gas. Or the accelerator. I guess there's no gas in an electric car, but this is the best video ever.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
That's beautiful. This is a different panel. Everything's computer. That's beautiful.
Everything's computer.
What the hell? Everything's computer.
Yeah, it's just a brake and an accelerator. Give Secret Service a heart attack.
That's beautiful.
Everything is computer. What a line!
I'm gonna get a shirt made that
it's like a Michael Scott thing.
I know. And then you hear Elon Musk. Yep, that's the accelerator and that's the brake. Like, did this guy just ask what those pedals are doing? What? He didn't ask what this screen does. He's like, hey, what are those pedals?
I myself am an atheist, but I do respect and deeply love this comment. Poop on a Tesla for God.
Oh,
Hell
God
yeah.
would love you for it.
WWJD, what would Jesus do?
I heard that's like an automatic entrance into heaven currently if you just shit on Tesla.
Yeah,
it's
better than baptizing.
You don't repent anymore. You don't go to church and ask for forgiveness. You just go around pooping on Tesla.
No, you go into confession, and then the priest says you need to shit on a Tesla to be Hail Marys.
No more Hail Marys, right? Pooping, I'm sorry.
Right on a Tesla.
This has gone way off the rails. All right, Mike, how much golf has Donald Trump been playing? But what he's not buying cars from Elon Musk.
All right. Well, let's look at his first term, because Schittler's first term, his golf numbers are pretty ridiculous. How many times has President Trump played golf? Now, remember, first term. 2017, 87 times. 2018, 67 times. 2019, 84 times. 2020, 47 times. Now, I would like to point out something. There are 52 weeks in a year. So look at how many times he played golf per week in 2017 and 2019.
That's insane.
So, okay, that's total visits to Trump golf courses, basically, because he only goes to Trump golf courses. 285 visits, a total estimated cost to taxpayers of $142 million.
Damn.
Where are we now? 50 days in since January 20th. The orange fat slob has spent 14 days playing golf for a grand percentage of 28% of his time as president right now, while Elon Musk is hacking apart our government. The person that Americans voted as their leader is playing golf and allowing an unelected illegal immigrant to act as a bureaucrat and fire thousands of Americans / entitlements, which I say in a good way, and run our fucking country. That's it.
No, yeah, I agree. It's fun to watch the downfall of these people, though, because again, their plan is failing. I think is what we could take away from this, if there's any positives here. But it's going to cause a lot of damage to millions of lives in the United States. It really is, because again, they don't see us as people; they just see us as a means of increasing their wealth. Yeah, basically, we're just a money
I'm not like the red pill, blue pill idiots, because those idiots don't understand that it was a trans allegory. So sure, take the red pill. But we are definitely viewed by capitalist scumbag oligarchs as those energy pods just sucking away our life force. Yeah. Except in real life, that's labor. That's all we are to them, making the money.
Yeah, and again, like I like the one comment earlier. We do live in the stupidest timeline. Like honestly, I put a joke on Twitter and Threads that said, breaking news: Donald Trump bans the Department of Transportation because it has the word trans in it. I just thought it was funny, but I mean, he thought.
Yeah, but like he is that dumb. They thought transgenic mice are the same thing. I understand MAGA. See, this is the thing. I am someone who likes to read. I like to learn new things. And with that, sometimes you come across words you don't know. Guess what? When they made words, they made things to help you learn what words mean. So, and now we have Google, so when you don't know a word, you look it up.
I know. You don't even have to go to the library. We live in the most
information accessible timeline, and somehow put us in the dumbest possible universe.
How is that possible?
Most resistant to information. They don't want to learn. They don't want to know. They don't want to see anything outside of their blinders. They just want to be coddled, told that they're great, and fed bullshit. That's it.
Yep. But they're waking up. People are waking up because once you see your, I guess, 401k or retirement savings just disappear within a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
Or even days. That's what I mean. That's got to be a wake-up call to most people. So
Yvonne's got a good one right here. To all people from foreign countries who thought Americans were stupid for the last couple of decades, we've helped you make your point.
Yeah, we're not beating the stupid allegations, that's for sure.
Right? But honestly, let's think. They're losing support every day. So they're, 70 some odd million voters? Maybe it's down to about 50 core MAGAs that will just die on this hill and refuse to admit that they were wrong.
The confidence.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they are fallacy.
All right, I want you to think of this. Nobody likes MAGA. Okay, not even our enemies that they think are our allies.
Not even MAGA likes MAGA. That's why MAGA is the one shooting other MAGA.
They are all alone in the world, okay? There's 200 and some odd million of us still that don't believe in this shit. And the rest of the world is not on board. So MAGA is on a very tiny island, and they're all they've got because the rest of the world has abandoned them. So they are literally all they've got now, and they're just going to implode. They're going to eat each other. Probably
someone
physically and metaphorically.
Someone watching on Instagram, Robin, she asked, "Give us your advice on what we can and should do." And I'd like a short little thing from each of us. But I'll just say, stay informed, find people that not just reinforce what you think and know, but will challenge it, but be around people that will make you not feel like shit. Because right now, those lines are being drawn. Surround yourself with people you can trust and just keep reading and learning and sticking to the facts. Yeah. James?
Yeah, what can people do? Staying informed is very, very good. Be active in knowing your community. I think I showed you last time I was on passing out those stop ice flyers on Know Your Rights. Know your neighbors, know who's sympathetic to your views, who is interested in the cause, and stay connected. Stay connected with them. And when you can, go to a protest. Again, these Tesla takedowns, practice OPSEC. So if you go to these things, make sure you're masked up, wear a hat, don't show any identifying features because the state will come after you, and free Mahmoud Khalil. We have to free Mahmoud Khalil because he is the linchpin that is going to set the domino effect. Yes, cascade everything to where if they can do it to this guy, it is just a matter of time before they do it to everyone for any single protest, including these Tesla takedowns. So practice your OPSEC, free Mahmoud Khalil.
Definitely.
Jeremy,
my advice would, I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of what James was saying, protests. Attending a protest is an amazing experience. It'll make you feel like people give a shit. In a time where things seem very hopeless, you're going to meet very amazing, like-minded people that share the same views as you. And I guess one thing that we've been preaching, or at least I've been preaching a lot on and off of the show on social media, is you have to embrace the people that did not vote. You cannot chastise them. You cannot blame this on them. This is not their fault. Right? These are the Trump supporters, the ones, your neighbors with the Trump signs in their fucking front yard. This is their fault. But we need to explain to people that did not vote, okay, so these are consequences of not voting, but now we need you to, this is what you need to expect, and this is how we can fight back together. We have to be a united front on the left, okay? We cannot bicker about the dumb shit anymore. We have to look at the bigger picture, and we have to be the better people, but we have to take gloves off at the same time.
Yeah. Hang on. Rufus wants to say something. Hold on. He's saying ice must be destroyed. Right, Rufus? Ice must be destroyed? Yeah, ice must be destroyed, huh?
I agree. Yeah. Good job, bud. You keep fighting the fight.
I love the Rufus videos. I always watch. I laugh at those.
He's the best.
So, but yeah, get involved locally if you can in your local community. Definitely, if you have kids, attend your school board meetings too.
Ooh, really good one.
Show up en masse to school board meetings, to town halls if you can. Anything in any official capacity. Like, forget protests. Protests are important. Go to protests. But if you could start showing up to official things, run for office. Be involved. Democracy is not a solution. It's not an end game. It's a process. Okay. The founders were incredibly flawed men. By today's standards, horrible monsters. But they gave us a form of government in contrast with what the world was used to in monarchy, in totalitarianism. And they said, you have to keep working. They expected a population to have stake in their governance, to want to be governed correctly. They expected people to continue learning and growing and reading and understanding and voting accordingly. They didn't think we'd get here, and they didn't put the mechanism like a hard fail-safe plug because they thought we would keep participating in the democracy that they gave us. Right. That is what you can do. Participate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the British, they didn't think it would work. They were sipping their tea like, the Americans want to do what? They won't work. Joseph, it will work. Joseph, it won't work. They have to have a king.
I think because what started me on this whole, I guess I'll explain why I started this whole journey I'm on right now, and how we ended up here. I was watching a show. I highly recommend watching it. Called The Sons of Liberty, and I know some of the right wing has abused that title and turned it into kind of a hate symbol. But there's a short mini series, like a docuseries or docudrama, whatever it's called, and of course it's embellished for theatrical effect and whatnot. But it shows how tough it was and how they had to rebel against the king. If they were found to be treason against the king, I mean, that was death. So these people risked their lives, and it was rich people and poor people. And I understand, like Mike said, they were awful people. Some of them owned slaves. Like, it was just an absolute nightmare and shit show back then. But they realized that they had to put aside their differences in order to defeat the British. So what we have to do now on the left is unify, put aside all our differences, because none of this shit matters right now, because we're definitely fighting for our very way of life. We're fighting to defend freedom, and we're fighting to, I don't know, not shit all over the legacy of all the people that fought and died during World War II to get rid of this shit. And obviously they didn't get rid of it. They just imported it into the United States. And it just festered for 80 years, and now we're dealing with it. So,
yep.
Yeah, that's all we have for today's show, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you'd like to help us out, we do have a GoFundMe link in the description of the video. All the proceeds, of course, goes towards equipment, or if we can attend to more protests, we would love to do stuff like that as well. James, thanks for coming on. Mike, it's good to have you back. We will be back on Sunday. Liz Mkhitaryan, founder of Stop Moms for Liberty, is going to be back on the show. We're going to be talking about education again. And we do have a very special guest that she's bringing along, too.
I started reading that book today.
Yep.
So I got to try and get through that in, oh, God.
Yeah, we're running out of time. So
4 days.
Yep,
yeah, I'll get there.
We'll be back on Sunday, 2 p.m. Don't forget. And if you could, like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Let them know that there are people out there that are fighting back, and we're not going to stop. Yes. We know the consequences. We understand what could happen, and we don't give a shit. We're all in. So join us. Be part of it. Other than that, have a good rest of your evening, and I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. I worked all day. Have a good day. We love you all, and of course, we'll